Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Racecraft Masterclass. Today I am bringing you a video from a guy called James Braid who sent me a video. He wanted me to review his racecraft from a race that he did in the Ferrari 488 GT3. He apparently got some grief at the end of the session for excessive blocking, and we're going to go through and see whether he was blocking or whether it was just a robust defense. It goes on for a few laps, so let's see how we get on with it. We'll jump straight in. So here we are. We are at Watkins Glen. James is in this white and blue Ferrari. But what we are going to do is we are going to go to the car in front of him, because what happens here is this guy's about to run wide at this corner, and then that's when the fight begins. And this is currently a fight for third, so this is a fight for the last podium place. So let's see how we get on. So here we are with the car that is currently ahead of James, and let's see what happens here. So there's a little wobble and goes a little bit wide, really easy to do here, and James goes through. So the guy who's just been overtaken will be a little bit frustrated because he was fighting for the lead battle and now he's stuck behind somebody else. Now, this is a really good defense from James here because this track's quite narrow and it is difficult to overtake here. So what he's done is he's just moved to the middle of the track, stayed to the middle of the track, because it makes the options of overtaking really, really difficult. So a good bit of defending here, especially because you can kind of back it up on the apex, and overtaking into here is quite difficult. Again, this is what's quite nice is when you're defending to have this, you know, if he was just going for a hot lap here, he'd be straight back over to the right hand side as quickly as possible. But by just delaying himself coming over, he puts the other car at a disadvantage. Again, he's exactly where the other car wants to be, getting on the power, and he has to wait for James to get back out of there. So this other car is clearly faster than James. So what we're going to have here is, and as you can see, the two cars in front are getting away. So what you're going to have here is frustration from the car behind, which is a case of, I've made a mistake and I've lost out to a slightly slower car, and my chance of a race win is rapidly dropping away. My instinct tells me, I don't know James, but my instinct tells me that James doesn't think he's quick enough to win this race, but is good enough to hold on to third. So where the guy behind James might have been thinking, oh, I've got a chance of winning this race, James has been like, right, I've got a chance for podium. So again, middle of the track, perfect place to be. So stays in the middle of the track, brakes a little bit later, runs it right through the apex, opens up the steering, uses all the exit as possible to get a good run out, which means the guy in the yellow car doesn't quite get the run on him that he'd like, but slipstream is a wonderful thing, and he's following him up this straight. Again, these two ahead are getting further and further away. Sort of. Again, goes to the middle of the track. It's a little bit wobbly here, so when you make your move, like he has here, that should be it. And he stopped. And that's kind of where he should stay. Then he wobbles, it goes a little bit right, a little bit left, a little bit right, which would have put the yellow car would have made the yellow car slightly uneasy. But he stayed to the inside now. I'll tell you what, he's good at late braking and carrying the speed from a tight angle. It's really good. But the speed's carried through. Again, he gets they get a little bit close here. So this will be interesting. I want to see James's brake trace here, because it very much looks like he's come through the corner, he's a little bit wide, and he's just slowed up in the corner. So let's have a look at his telemetry, shall we? So what you can see comes in, he does here, because he's wide, he just lays off the throttle. So all he's done is he hasn't braked, he hasn't brake checked. All he's done is, because he's a bit wide, he's delayed getting on the throttle to get the nose of the car in, because these cars are quite heavy and they will push out. and he's just managed to get the nose to come back in, then apply the power. But again, that's meant the yellow and black car has had to slow down. So here we are on the back straight, skip to the next bit of action. And again, he's doing this little wobble down the straight, which I don't really agree with. Let's look at that again. So he comes up the straight, he gets it straight, goes right, goes left, goes right, goes left. Now, they're not big movements, so they're not too bad, but I still don't agree with it. Pick your line and stay there. Don't wiggle around, because it is disconcerting for the car behind. I just think this yellow and black car is better than him in this. Ooh, a little bit sideways. But the yellow and black car had to get out of it. So James lived to fight another day there. Nice and tight through there. It's a good corner, that. It's a great track, this. I really like this circuit. I don't like this car, though. I mean, I've tried the fixed setup versions of this car. In the GT3, in the Ferrari GT3 series, fixed series. I don't like it. But I struggle with GT cars as a whole. But Racecraft is Racecraft. So as we get to the next bit of footage, the yellow and black car's got a really good run out of the first corner, through these two corners. James is just following the racing line. He stays tight, keeps that inside line. Oh, again, they're really subtle little movements, and I don't think they're intentional. But you see that he just, after coming across and keeping tight, then moves to the left, then moves back to the right. You got to cut those out. You can't have those. Oh, yellow and black car going past. Again, James is really good on the brakes. Or the guy in the yellow and black car is very cautious. Again, I don't know this car very well. Gets a good run. See, now what the yellow and black car is doing at the moment is trying to get a switch back. So force the defending driver to take a tight line on the inside so he can take a wider line and then get the power down early. However, I'm not saying this is the best corner to do it on, because it's not really tight enough. And James is doing a good job of carrying the speed. And you can't do it here because it's off camber. Did a good job, though. Impressed. See, now at this point, for this yellow and black car, the frustration's kicking in because they've lost touch with the leaders again. But again, good defending from James. Good defending from James. As they come into this corner, James again defending well, taking that tight line. But he's able to carry the speed through. And this is where it's really crucial, is as he gets to this phase of the corner, he is slow enough through this part of the corner that the yellow and black car has to get out of the power to not hit him. Ooh. See, I don't like that. There's a lot of this where he comes across and then comes across. I mean, it's not a braking zone, so it's just about passable. But what it does is it just puts your opposition at edge, and it's not the fairest of moves, but it's fine. Oh, they're getting close. It's good racing, though. See, James has picked his line early. Comes across, which is fine. Whoa! Where's this one coming from? This one's going to get a nice toe down this back straight. Here again, very loud in my ear. It's got the slipstream now. I think James done a good job to get this covered. What's this blue one going to do? Yowza! Nice move. Well done. So now, black and yellow car is even more frustrated because he's now lost another position. And this guy looks much more aggressive. This Ferrari is going to get a really good run. The blue Ferrari going to get a really good run. Out of here. Moves to the right. Ferrari's not coming past. Goes back to take his racing line. That's fine. Oh, runs a little bit deep though. He's going to be under pressure now. But again, just the clever thing of sticking to the middle of the circuit. Because if he'd just gone straight to the right hand side of the circuit, this blue car probably would have lunged him. So it's just being sensible. He knows he's not going to get first or second, but he knows third is on. So, rightly so, he's going to defend with all his might. And that's the end of the race. So, what we saw there was hard defending. I would never call any of that blocking. James, I know you'll be watching. You need to cut out the weaving, the very slight movements down the straight, just because you're not supposed to do that. And it's disconcerting for the car behind you. They don't know where you're going to go. They might preempt. Where you're going to go. And preempt it incorrectly because you're a little bit erratic. But other than that, I thought it was really good, strong defending. I wouldn't have called any of it blocking, not in a bad sense. Anyway, part of defending is blocking your opponent from overtaking you. So, no, I think good job, and yeah. Send me some more. If anybody else wants to send me some videos of their good racecraft or their good defending or their good overtaking, I'll happily take it and review it and send you a little video back. Pop it on YouTube and plug your thing. So James Braid is on Twitch. I will put a link to his Twitch in the description below, and you can go watch some of his streams. He does some streams for GTs, and I saw some endurance racing stuff on there. Please like the video, subscribe, share the video if you can, and if you want to, you can have a look in the link below from my Discord channel. Get a really nice little community in there now. We will talk about Formula 1 and we talk about iRacing and other games as well. So you want to come join us for a chat? There's a whole big group of chatty people in there. We have some fun. We've also got a whole channel on there for iRacing. There's a whole stats page as well where you can get instant stats on whatever races you've done or your friends have done. But anyway, I will catch you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Alex. This has been my Racecraft Masterclass, and I will catch you next time. Thank you. Goodbye.